Nakandra. President Trump announced his appointment of Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry to serve as special envoy to Greenland. Our Fox 8 legal analyst says the role violates Louisiana state law. On social media, Trump said Governor Landry understands how essential Greenland is to national security. Landry responded, thanking the president for the appointment and said this will not impact his role as governor. But Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Responti says Louisiana's constitution and revised statutes say any state official cannot work for the federal government. Shane Guidry is one of Jeff Landry's confidants and has negotiated deals for him in the past. Guidry insists this appointment will not affect Landry's role as governor.
Your special envoy to a mission is very similar to when the governor asked me to step in and do things like I negotiated the Saints lease with a team of people over the course of 18 months.
Other people may interpret it differently, but it's plain language that says you cannot hold dual positions. One which would be in the State Department of the federal government, and the second would be as governor of Louisiana.
Just like every Louisianan, you do have those concerns whether you can do both roles, and that'll be the governor's decision.
In the past, Trump has expressed interest in buying Greenland from Denmark, but the Danish government has repeatedly said the island is not for sale.